Hello and welcome to another episode of Geared Toward Gear. My name is Sean and I am so glad you're here. Thanks for joining me today. Another medical related video. I love doing these. As I mentioned in my last video, I hadn't done one in a while, but we're looking at another product from Live the Creed, LTC, same company that made the advanced first aid kit that I reviewed previously. And I actually was shopping specifically to buy this product when I came across that first aid kit. I saw this on Instagram, thought it was pretty cool, went and bought it. Paid for it, obviously. It's not a sponsored type thing or anything like that, but I'd like to share it with you because I think it's pretty darn cool. And it is called the EDC Pocket Trauma Kit, and just the pouch itself costs $35. You can also buy a version where it has a bunch of gear that comes with it, and that costs $80. I bought just the pouch and I configured it myself, which is what I would recommend that you do. I think $80 for what they provide you is a little high, but I will tell you what those things are. So if you want to get the kind of the individual first aid kit contents with it for $80, you're going to get a SWAT T tourniquet, some C-Locks rapid ribbon, some gloves, and a micro first aid kit. So not a ton of stuff, not necessarily super cheap stuff, but I think the better value is just buying the pouch and configuring it to your liking. If you're new to the channel or you haven't heard this from me before, I am licensed in the state of Texas as an EMT paramedic or an EMTP. Have been for a number of years. It's not what I do for a living any longer, but I do maintain my certification and my training and continuing education and skills and all that fun stuff. So I do have some experience using a lot of these products. So let's take a look at it. Dimensions. So this thing is going to be 5.5 inches tall, 3.5 inches wide, and the height or the thickness could be anywhere from 1/4 of an inch to kind of the sky's the limit, or the Velcro is the limit, I guess. So I'm going to show you how I have it configured and how I have been carrying it as I've tested this product. And I'm also going to show you a couple other examples of how you could pack this thing out. So who is this for? Why would you care about this? Who would need this? The concept is very simple. It's a vessel in which to store medical gear so that you can carry it on your body, on your person, not in a kit in your vehicle, not in an EDC bag, but in a pocket where it is readily accessible. That's the concept anyway. You can certainly use this in conjunction with an EDC bag or another kit, but I've been carrying it on my person for the most part. So let's see how I decided to pack this thing out. I have 3 items in here, and let's see what they are. So I've got some gloves, and they're black, and they shouldn't be black. If you're using gloves for any medical purpose, they should be blue, purple, tan, some lighter color that you can see blood if it gets on the gloves or that you could write on. I grabbed these out of my garage. These are the ones I use for like when I'm doing work in the garage. So shame on me, but a pair of gloves and then just 2 other items. I've got a SWAT T tourniquet. And then on this side I have some Z-folded gauze from North American Rescue. I took it out of its outer packaging just to make the form factor a bit smaller. And that's it. That's what I've been carrying in this as I've been testing it. So we'll talk more about the products in a moment, but I just want to take a a quick look at the actual this product here. That's it. It's a giant piece of nylon. It is cut and sewn in such a way that it creates a bifold with 2 very thick, generously sized elastic straps, and it Velcros closed. You can carry this in a pocket. You can attach it to something using MOLLE, or you could clip it to something using this little, we'll call it a lanyard tube. It's not a lanyard tube, but I'm a knife guy, so I'm going to call it a lanyard tube. So that's it. That is the product. And I like it. It's very high quality. It's made in the USA, and it's just so simple. And sometimes the simplest ideas are the best ideas. Occam's razor, the simplest solution is usually the best one. Keep it simple, stupid, right? We've all heard these phrases. So I just think it's a neat product. And so when I saw it, I said, I'm going to buy one, check it out. And I've been enjoying it. So it comes in 4 different colors. This is their gray color, of course. You can also get this in tan, black, or black multicam. And all of them are going to have the same red accent color for your Velcro strap and your MOLLE webbing. So they all have that kind of medical red identification color. And then of course the LTC logo there as well. So why did I choose what I chose to put in this? Well, for a couple reasons. One, I didn't want to make it too crazy thick, because I mean, you could make this thing you could reach a point of diminishing returns where it's just too big to be practical. So I just chose essentially 2 main items, the SWAT T tourniquet and the Z-folded compressed gauze from North American Rescue. Why these 2? This is not a primary tourniquet, in my opinion. It's a backup tourniquet. It's something you can use to create a pressure dressing or a sling. It's multifunctional. I think it's a fantastic product, but not what I ever recommend to anybody as what you should carry as your tourniquet. But here's the reality, right? I'm going to spit some truth at you. If you ask me what tourniquet you should carry, I'm going to tell you a cat tourniquet or a soft T wide tourniquet. Those are the 2 that I personally recommend. I personally carry a soft T wide on my body, and in all of my kits, they're all full of cat tourniquets. However, this SWAT T tourniquet is 100% better than having no tourniquet. And its efficacy has been proven anecdotally. There's not a ton of evidence-based research on this. So, if you can carry a cat tourniquet or a soft T wide, do that. But this, again, is 100% better than carrying no tourniquet at all. So I would love it if everybody had a SWAT T tourniquet on them. And then I've got some Z-folded compressed gauze. And I chose this specifically for kind of 2 reasons. One, it is used as wound packing material. So if you have a wound that is bleeding significantly arterially, if you look at a wound and you say, this is kind of the cliche phrase, if you look at a wound and you say, holy crap, that's a lot of blood, that could be an indication that it might require a tourniquet or wound packing. Not always, but this is wound packing material. So if you're bleeding significantly in an area where you cannot apply a tourniquet, because tourniquets are only for arms and legs, it's for extremities. If it's somewhere other than that, like your groin, your armpit, your neck, we would pack that wound. And that's what this is, wound packing material. So I've got a tourniquet for arterial bleeding from an extremity. I've got wound packing material. And if I combine the 2, I have a pressure dressing. And a pressure dressing would be used for moderate to severe bleeding that may not necessarily require a tourniquet, but does need some direct pressure and absorbent material applied to it to stop that bleeding. And you would simply do that by applying the gauze, however much is necessary, directly to the wound, and then securing that in place while creating some tension with the stretch, wrap, and tuck tourniquet. So I've got 3 things. I've got a tourniquet, wound packing material, and a pressure dressing. And so I think, for $12 and about $4, so call it $16, that's $16 very, very, very well spent. I'd love it if everyone had a $35 cat tourniquet and a $20 set of chest seals and all that fun stuff that I keep in my Pocket EDC Trauma Kit. But for $16, like, forget about this for a second. For $16, these 2 things in conjunction with one another and individually can do quite a bit. Everybody kind of has their high horse sometimes about certain products. And I certainly do about certain tourniquets. But at the end of the day, as I said, this is so much better than nothing. And I would be thrilled to have this if I needed it. So that's how I chose to pack out the Pocket, the EDC Pocket Trauma Kit. And it's not really feasible for a back pocket. It's just a bit too thick. We're looking at just about 1.75 inches, almost 2 inches thick, and it just didn't work in a back pocket. So I carried this in a cargo pocket. I carried it twice in a front pocket. That was doable, but not super comfortable, and pretty obvious that you have a giant something in your front pocket. So a cargo pocket, a jacket pocket is really where this would be able to be carried in this configuration. Again, you could throw this into another kit, into an EDC bag, and that would be a nice kind of budget-friendly first aid kit. Again, the pouch itself is 35 bucks, but we talked about the budget-friendly contents inside. So how else could we pack this out? Well, another way that I carried this for a few days was with the same SWAT T tourniquet and just a little kind of boo-boo kit that I put together. I actually used some of the contents from the Live the Creed first aid kit to make this just very simple kind of micro boo-boo kit, some Band-Aids, bacitracin, some medications, some steri strips, and it just slides beautifully in here. It folds up and is significantly thinner than it was before, and this did work for me in a back pocket. This would be like carrying a thick wallet in your back pocket, so it's not gonna just disappear in your pocket, but it is doable in a back pocket when configured as such. So it's kind of up to you. You've got two spaces where you can fit something that's about 3.5 inches wide and about 5 inches in length. So just kind of have fun with it and do what you think works best for you and your scenario. For me personally, if I had to pick just 2 items that I would recommend that somebody put in here, it would be the SWAT T tourniquet and the compressed gauze. And because you have this kind of void here in the middle, I think it stands to reason why not throw in a pair of gloves. Again, ones that are hopefully not black. So that is it. That is the Live the Creed Pocket EDC Trauma Kit in all of its glory. Let me know what you guys think. I like the design. I like the simplicity. I like that it's made in the USA. It's made of high quality, and yeah, it's neat. And I like kind of neat new medical gadgets, and I'm a sucker for bags and pouches and zippered cases. Like I'm obsessed with containers. It's stupid, but I really like things that I can put other things in. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think. I'll leave a link to the Live the Creed website so you can check out this product if you'd like to, and anything else that they happen to offer. They're on Instagram as well. I follow them there. That's how I learned about this. I probably already mentioned that. But yeah, that's it. I think it's pretty cool. I think $35 is just kind of barely fair. I think anything beyond $35, I probably wouldn't recommend spending anything more than that. But again, considering it's a smaller company, they're not operating in mass quantities, and it is USA made of high quality materials. I think I'm happy spending $35 to support an American kind of small business, if you will. Would it be better if it was $25? Yeah, that would definitely be better. But $35 I'm okay with. So that's my thoughts. I'd love to hear yours. If you had this product, what would you put in it? How would you pack it out, so to speak? Because again, the sky's the limit, and although it is designed to be put in a pocket and carried on your person, you could put it anywhere. It's up to you. And that's kind of the fun of this sort of thing, is you can customize it to your needs. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I certainly appreciate you spending your time with me here today, and we'll talk again soon. Take care.